Contestant number 4, Jeff Davis. The Illusion. The Illusion, Jeff Davis.
I've always had a dream of traveling to Africa, and in June of 2015, using rewards from one of my travel credit cards, after saving up some money, and after very foolishly racking up debt on several of my credit cards, I booked a round-trip flight between New York City and Casablanca, Morocco, in northern Africa. The trip was set to happen later that same year in December. Nothing, and I mean nothing, could have prepared me for what I was going to experience next. Raise your hand if you're ready to feel the warm and fuzzies about traveling the world. Ladies and gentlemen, fellow Toastmasters, honored guests, contest chair, and to anyone who's ever been on an adventure before. First conversation happened with one of my coworkers, where in June of 2015, several days after I booked the flight. She was a good friend of mine. I popped into her office on a break. This was not one of your make fun of the boss conversations. I told her I was going to Morocco. She said, "What? Jeff, are you serious? Morocco? If you go there, you will die." Word for word, she said, "If you go there, you will die." I thought to myself, that's not good. I'm happy living. Next conversation happened later that same week. Friday evening, I'm chatting with a friend, told him I was going to Morocco. He said, "Jeff, if you go to Morocco, you're going to get captured, and I'm not coming to save you." Wow. Those were a couple really quick examples, but I did have one positive source of encouragement amidst all of these people in my life telling me these negative things about what could happen in Morocco. And that encouragement came from my dad. My dad said, "Hey Jeff, I'm proud of you for doing your thing. Be safe, but have fun." That was very helpful to hear from my supportive and encouraging dad. Lo and behold, Christmas Eve 2015, I'm on that flight. Overnight flight, I arrived the morning of Christmas Day in Casablanca, Morocco. I explored a little bit during the day, grabbed a quick cup of coffee, but for most of the day, I was cooped up in my hotel room, fearful and afraid because of all of those negative things I heard from other people. But then I remembered the encouragement from my dad to do my thing. And I thought to myself, I owe it to myself to explore for a little bit more before the day's up. I leave the hotel, it's now almost midnight. I noticed I was hungry, my stomach was growling. I walked up the street, took a left past the hotel, and up ahead I saw a gyro shop. Thought that'd be a great place to grab a bite to eat. I noticed on the other side of the street, walking towards the same shop, was a group of 4 guys. And these were 4 guys you do not mess with. I vividly remember they had chains on their jeans, dark beards, several of them were wearing hoodies. On top of that, they were laughing very loudly amongst themselves, and I couldn't tell at all if they were laughing at me or about something else entirely. I almost turned around out of fear and went back to my hotel room. But I thought, Jeff, just grab some food, then you can go right back to your hotel. I kept walking to the gyro shop, and those 4 guys were walking to the same shop. Walking, 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 bam. One of the guys in the group very suddenly opened the door for me and politely gestured for me to walk in ahead of him. Incredible, totally unexpected. These guys were very friendly. I ordered the gyro, sat down at a table, and by pure chance, sitting at the table next to me was a woman by the name of Ev Schmidt. We started chatting. Ev told me that she's a life coach. She's a world traveler, originally from British Columbia, now living abroad, and get this, a member of Toastmasters. I said, Ev, you're not going to believe this. I've been a member of Toastmasters since I was 19 years old, and it's done wonders for my self-confidence, for making new friends, for my public speaking abilities, and for my leadership skills. We became good friends. Feeling the serendipity of the moment, after we ate our delicious meal, we were walking out of the gyro shop together. I turned to Ev, my new friend, and I said, Ev, I need to quote Humphrey Bogart's character Rick from the movie Casablanca. I think this is the beginning of a beautiful friendship. She looked at me and said, here's looking at you, kid. 6 months of fear, worry, and doubt from others culminated in a beautiful friendship. I'm still in touch with Ev to this day. In fact, she's one of my best friends. We Skype all the time. I talked to her 2 days ago on Skype. She's now living down in Colombia, South America. She's a wonderful example of someone who really puts themselves out there. Right now, you're thinking to yourself, Jeff, you've got a great dad, which is true. Absolutely, I have a great dad who supports me. You're also thinking to yourself, the members of Toastmasters rule the world. Very true. Toastmasters members uplift society. The message I'd like to leave you with is this. The illusion is that the world is dangerous, but the truth is that the world, for the most part, is very safe. It was an illusion what my friends and coworkers told me what might happen on the trip. It was an illusion that those 4 guys were going to hurt me. They only helped me. And it was an illusion that the city of Casablanca was dangerous. It ended up being, without exaggeration, the friendliest city I've ever been to in my entire life, hands down. I met dozens of awesome locals during my time there. Had I listened to those illusions, I never would have had Ev become one of my best friends or all these amazing things happen to me. For every one negative event that happens in the world, there are literally millions upon millions of positive, loving events. But you'll never hear in the news about those loving events. You'll never hear about how I met Ev, because the media makes money from reporting on extremely negative, rare events. They are monetizing your attention. Reflecting on the flight home from Casablanca, I was a changed man. I realized it's our judgments and assumptions about people and places that often prevent us from experiencing the magic this world has to offer. We can choose to see the world through glasses of fear, or we can choose to see the world through glasses of love. I choose love every single time. The illusion is that we're separate from one another. The truth is, we're all one. Mr. Contest Chair.